y'all? What's up? Good afternoon. We can't say good morning, child. We gotta say good afternoon. Good afternoon. I was trying to get my lighting right over here, guys. I'm not home. Well, I got my whole office set up, so I had to rearrange my lighting in here so that we can get this thing popping. So I hope you guys are doing great today. Let's go ahead and speak to everyone. Thank you all for pouring in. Sunny Days is first. Hey, Sunny Days. Good afternoon. Hey, Sheila Washington is here. Lies, more lies. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, Let's Talk Life is in the building. Kim Swinson is here. Hello and hello. Audrey Williams is here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Deborah Holder, Shirley Terry, Deborah Johnson, Coletta Passmore. Hello. Simple Mind Family TV. Pamela Williams is here. Ronnie is here. True TV Podcast is in the building. Thanks for being here. That's my mod. Flower Bloom is here. Erica Butler is here. Tiffany Thomas is in the building. Hey, 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 Chevelle Carter. Felicia is here. Joanne Davis is in the building. Hey, 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 Mrs. Washington, what's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, hi. Give me a second, y'all. Give me 1 second. All right. Okay. Yes. Hello and hello and hello. Happy hump day to everybody. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are doing well. Let me get this pulled up, child.
Are you drowning in payday loan debt?
Child. Hold up. No, we are not. Okay. Thank you. Child. All right. There we go. All right. So we're here. I see you, Mary White. I see you, Delilah T. I see you. Good afternoon to everybody. Please don't forget to go ahead and tap on that like button. You know we're going to have a great show. You know it's going to be turned that way. Betty Brockington, hello. All right, let's get into it. Everything said in this video is alleged in my opinion and is used for fair use and entertainment. All right. Let's get into it. First topic of the day, because it's a lot going on, y'all. We got to get through it, though. Let's get this little bit of politics out the way. I know y'all be like, we ready to get into the mess, but we got to get into a little politics because I got to feed everybody's taste. Okay, that watch us. Some people like the political side. Some people like the mess. Some people like all of it. So we can talk about all of it. Okay, y'all know we talk about everything on this channel. All right, so let's get into it. I see Shonda Allen, Shirley Terry. I see y'all. All right, so they're saying they're ducking the smoke. They said the Speaker Mike Johnson said that he would shut down the House until September to block a vote on calling for the release of the Jeffrey Epstein files. Now, I thought they just said the other day there ain't no damn files. Now you guys are trying to block some files that don't exist, or are they really taking that kind of time when there are things that can be done to help America be better? So we're blocking files that don't exist. We're taking votes for things that don't exist now, when there's SNAP benefits that's needed, when there's Medicaid that's needed, when there are homeless people still sleeping on the street, when there's people still without medical benefits, dental benefits, housing, and all the things that they need. I mean, damn, we're focusing on that. We already know that Jeff Epstein had a very, very long list of dignitaries and people just like Donald Trump who was in on the bullshit along with him. And of course they want to block it. They want to block it so that their names don't be brought up as well. But let's get into what they're saying here. According to the Neighborhood Talk, okay, so the speakers of the House, Mike Johnson, just hit the biggest let's get out of here and ended the House session a day early. It says that why? Because people were getting a little too close to forcing a vote on releasing those Jeffrey Epstein files. So there are files. It says that instead of doing what needed to be done, that they picked up and said, yes, see y'all in September. It says, meanwhile, pressure is heating up from both Democrats and Republicans to stop playing and drop the documents. I know that shit, right? I want to know who's on there now. Now that's making me more curious. Okay. It says that there was even a vote, okay, to subpoena Ghislaine Maxwell, which y'all know is Epstein's right-hand woman, child, who was getting all them girls, to come and spill her tea to Congress. Now, as you guys may know, and I shared with you guys the other day, that she is speaking from prison and she's saying, hey, I'm ready to talk now. Whatever you guys want to ask me, bitch, ask me and I'm going to tell it. So if she gets to talking, a lot of people are going to be uncovered. Okay, a lot of people are going to be exposed. But the big question is, if she starts talking, will she wind up like Epstein? That's the big question. If she starts to talk and spill tea and tell who was actually involved in certain things, is her life going to be threatened? Will they find her in her jail cell like Epstein was found? Because y'all know how it be, y'all. Situations like this is very dire, where they don't want people who are up here to be exposed. Yeah, they get rid of your ass real quick. They like, girl, who are you? Who are you? Like, shut the fuck up. You're not about to be telling my damn business. And they'll have somebody on the inside do that shit. They says, and they said, get this, the Justice Department already hit Maxwell up. It says that her lawyer claims that she'll testify. Y'all hear that? Truthfully, but we'll see how that goes. It says, but back to Johnson, said that he tried to spin it like Democrats were doing too much, saying that we're done being lectured on transparency. Said that keep in mind that they released over 200K MLK Jr. files. Yes, they did. And I just saw that. They said, let's be clear, ending the session early doesn't scream transparency. Now, I did see what they did release some MLK files that was from way, way back. I'm not sure how that's relevant right now, but I feel like that's a total deflection. I feel like they've been talking about these Epstein files, and I feel like they don't want whatever's in those fucking files to come out. So now let's reach all the way back to somebody who's been gone and unalive years and years ago, over what, 30 years, 30, probably 40 years now. Why the fuck are we still talking about Martin Luther King files? Not that we don't care, but it's not relevant in this situation right now. They are trying to see who's on and who's involved in this Epstein bullshit since he decided to allegedly take his life while he was locked up. A lot of people believe that Trump was in on the bullshit, that he was around him. Trump said, I don't even know him. I don't hang out with him. Well, we get ready to show some proof of that here in a second. Trump is kissing up on young girls. Trump is with his hands places he probably shouldn't be with young girls. These are very young girls. I'm going to show you guys some proof on that. While he said, I don't know anything about that. I don't know nothing about no files. Well, sir, you were there. You were there. Okay. People like Chris Tucker was on Epstein's jet. What the fuck you doing on Epstein's jet? And where were you going on said jet? Bill Clinton was on there. I'm telling you, a lot of dignitaries, people that we look up to and be like, oh my God, I love them. Oh my God, they're like my favorite in Hollywood. But those be the ones that be on the bullshit. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that Chris Tucker was doing anything bad or with some young girls. I'm not saying that. But to be hanging around somebody like the likes of Jeffrey Epstein, that can't be a good thing, because we know what he's about. He's a whole pedo and a trafficker. Well, was, because he's no longer here. All right, so let's get into this, because this is something I found. Shout out to About 23. All right. Since Trump want to say his ass won't in on this Epstein shit and he don't know nothing about it, well, maybe he can explain what the hell is going on here. All right. It says that why is a list needed? It said a picture is worth 1,000 words, and there are multiple photos. Now that's trying to say stop talking about Epstein, and now we see why. Who is sitting here in this picture? That's Trump, that's Epstein, and look at what's around them. Can't make up pictures. Well, you can, but these appear to be authentic. Okay. All right, let's get into that. That look like Melania right there with her hoe ass. I can't even call her the first lady. She's probably the first hoe, but probably not the first lady. I don't recognize her as that. But here's Epstein and here's Ghislaine Maxwell, and we already know what kind of time she was on. So let's get into this bullshit. No music. Who is that, Trump? Who is that? Oh my, Ghislaine Maxwell. Who is that? Two little scared little girls with Ghislaine Maxwell and Trump right there. But Trump, you never hung around them and don't know them? You never hung around Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. You're not on any list, but you're here doing the same thing Epstein was doing. Why are you looking at those girls like that? Why are they looking like they're afraid? Why is Ghislaine Maxwell and Epstein in pictures with you when you never hung out with him? You don't know him like that. That's weird, ain't it? That's a mystery, right? Wow. The alleged president of the damn United States in pictures his ass should not be in, when he already said, I don't know those people. I never hung out with Jeffrey Epstein. I don't know anything about any files. Matter of fact, we're going to block those files that I don't know anything about, that don't exist. Weird, right? But there's the proof right there. Okay. So try to argue out of that, sir. Moving on to Diddy. Let's get into some Diddy news. Diddy is sitting and waiting, honey, until October the 3rd when he gets his sentencing, and I hope he get a lot of time. I know a lot of people say, oh, they're fans of Diddy. They're trying to keep a black man down. That's bullshit. All right. This is a epic case of a black man with a lot of money that can wiggle his way out of shit and pay the right people to turn their heads and not charge him with certain things because he's worth more on the streets than he is behind bars. I feel like he's an inside snitch. Yes, I said it. All right. And I feel like they're going to give him just enough to let his ass know, bitch, we watching you and we can bring you down if we want to. That's what this whole case was about. I feel like if they wanted to bring him down, there was enough evidence there. I mean, they sent the marshals to his fucking house, kicked the door in. They got all these video surveillance tapes from all these damn FOs and shit that he was doing. And it was alleged that there were young girls there as well. So you telling me not one young girl you guys saw on a video that y'all could have brought him down for trafficking. We also showed you guys a tunnel that's coming in and out of his house where it said that young girls were there. There's a young girl who was said that she was actually trafficked by Diddy. Now, why y'all didn't have her come up on the stand and testify to that? I feel like people were paid to be quiet. And I feel like a lot of people higher up in Hollywood were also paid to be quiet and are probably scared to do so because of other people who could probably take them out. Allegedly. Okay, let's get into this. NBC Universal says that Diddy's reputation was already damaged before $100 million Lucifer lawsuit. Baby, heavy on the Lucifer, okay? Heavy on the Lucifer. What up, Sweet Essence? What up, Rose Armstead? What up, Chef? Chef in the building. Whipping it up, whipping it up, whipping it up. All right, let's get on into it. Of what they're saying about Diddy. Now, NBC Universal says that Diddy's reputation was already damaged before the $100 million Lucifer lawsuit. Now, NBC Universal is firing back at Diddy's defamation suit, urging a judge to dismiss the $100 million claim tied to the documentary Diddy. It says that the making of the Bad Boy says the media company insisted that the film is protected under the free speech and reflects topics already widely reported. See, that's the one thing that they want to do is hush you up when you come up on or stumble upon something that needs to be talked about these motherfuckers in the industry that be doing stuff they shouldn't be doing to other people. That's illegal. Okay. Now, the documentary, which premiered on Peacock in January of 2025, highlights Diddy's career, upbringing, and legal issues. Now, in court documents obtained by All Hip Hop, it says that Diddy claims that the project falsely painted him as a violent predator, and is allegedly, and criminal mastermind, which he is allegedly as well, accusing it of pushing wild conspiracies and comparing him to Lucifer and Jeffrey Epstein. That fits the bill, don't it? Epstein did the same shit you were doing. Epstein decided to take himself out to avoid prosecution. You decided to try to pay your way out, which I feel like some of the jury might have got a few little, you probably rained on a few of the jury, which made them vote in the way that you wanted them to, okay? And I feel like you dropped down on your knees and was thanking and praising God that they, took that money and that decision not to actually vote against you. Because I don't see how he wiggled up out of that. Continuing on, NBC, along with Peacock and Ample Entertainment, argues that the documentary did not add any damage to Diddy's reputation because the bitch was already damaged. It says that their legal filings point out that Diddy's image had already taken major hits from hundreds of civil lawsuits and his July 2025 conviction involving prostitution charges, at which he was found guilty. You guys know that. Of two of those charges, and we are awaiting sentencing October the 3rd for that. Now, they also note that the film touches on the deaths or unalivings, rather, of Kimberly Porter, which is Kim Porter, Biggie Smalls, and Heavy D. All right, NBC says that it never accused Diddy of wrongdoing in those cases, instead stated that the film merely explored public speculation already reported in mainstream media. That's pretty much what it is. Nobody said, oh, yeah, he is absolutely guilty of unaliving Kim Porter, even though a lot of, evidence does point towards you, Diddy. A lot of people are saying, a lot of celebrities are saying that you probably do have, you probably do have the means to do some of the things that was said that you did, like blowing up Kid Cudi's car. They talked about that in court, and it was, you did do it, but you were able to wiggle your way out of some of that as well. All right. We actually saw how violent you could be, judging by the video that we saw in the hotel hallway when you were abusing Cassie. So we know that you do have some very violent tendencies. We do know that certain people, if they do piss you off, that you will retaliate in a way that could be very lethal, allegedly. Okay, so you guys can read up more on that on Baller Alert. We're gonna press on. All right, Diddy is a fucking monster. His mama ain't do shit with him. Ain't do a goddamn thing with him. All right. Now, the person that's still my president. Let's talk about it. All right, Obama is checking Trump over Russian claims. Now, I told you guys the other day they're trying to pull Obama's passport, saying that he may run out of the country because they're trying to put some type of charges on him, saying that when he was president that he did something very egregious that he should have been checked for then. Well, why the fuck y'all reaching back? If y'all didn't get him then, if he did some shit then, or if Trump did a whole lot of shit that he should have got first term that he served, I don't hear y'all talking about that. I mean, he is a felon, so he does have the propensity to be doing some shit. But now y'all want to be picking on Obama because really I feel like he's the best president that has ever sat in the Oval Office, all right? I'm just saying. Let's get into it. Former President Obama is firing back after Donald Trump, all right, accused him of treason over alleged efforts to sway the 2016 election. Now, in a rare public statement, Obama's office slammed Trump's claims as bizarre, ridiculous, and nothing more than a distraction. And didn't I just say that it's all a distraction? This Epstein shit, all of this stuff that they're bringing up, they're trying to bring up these files about Martin Luther King. It's all a distraction to get your mind off of these Epstein files. Because if the attention is on the Epstein files, then they're definitely going to dig up some shit that they don't want to come out. All right. Now, out of respect for the office of presidency, this is what Obama is saying. Says our office does not normally dignify the constant nonsense and misinformation following out of this White House with a response. It said that the statement reads, it said that, but these claims are outrageous enough to merit one. These bizarre allegations are ridiculous and a weak attempt at distraction. Okay. Now, Obama's team reminded Trump that nothing in the documents fueling his accusation undermines the longstanding conclusion that Russia attempted to interfere with the 2016 election, but did not alter any votes, which I feel he altered votes in this election to get his ass back in there again and used Elon Musk to do so because he is very much so wealthy to do so. You got to have money in order to be in the presidency. Okay, you do. It's about money. It's about money. All right, so let's continue. The conclusion wasn't just a Democratic talking point. It was reaffirmed in 2020 by, bipartisan Senate Intelligence Committee investigation led by Republican Senator Marco Rubio. Now, Rubio's committee reviewed the intelligence findings and confirmed that Russia's election meddling, but found no evidence that ballots were changed. We have professionals doing illegal shit. Why would you find? I don't care what nobody say. I feel like he manipulated some shit to get in their first office, and I feel like the second time around he did too. And he, like I said, used Elon Musk, and that's why he and Elon are fussing and going back and forth. And he is trying to get Elon the fuck out of the country because Elon is getting ready to tell his shit. Now, Obama's response essentially told Trump to direct his anger to little Marco, not little Marco, girl. Come on in here. You better you better direct that heat to little Marco, bitch, and not over here. That's what Obama told his ass, okay? But he had to say it the corporate way because, we still see him as our president, and he is very well spoken. But, I feel like Obama has the right to pop off if they're going to keep bringing his name up in some bullshit to deflect from the shit that Trump is doing. Because that's all it is, okay? They're not about to mess up our Obama's name, all right? Because that's still my damn president. I don't give a hot damn who they put in office. Obama is still my fucking president. Moving on. All right, the slap heard around the world, honey. The slap heard around the world. Lord, let's get into it. Jackie Christie, baby, you have gone viral for slapping. Okay, you done slapped Chantel ass in the 2026 on Basketball Wives. All right. She done missed her birthday. She done missed Christmas. She done missed Thanksgiving, bitch. She done missed probably next year's Valentine's Day, too. That's just how hard her ass got slapped, okay? And that's what her ass get. You should not have pushed your mom on TV or anywhere. Shit, you don't push your mom, you don't put your hands on her. Jackie was within right to do what she did, and I feel like she should have done that shit. Okay, because Chantel been doing the fucking most all season on Basketball Wives. She has. We've talked about it, and until I'm tired of talking about it. But Chantel, obviously, she's back and she is responding to all of the backlash that she's getting from this particular incident between she and her mother, Jackie Christie. All right, let's get into it. Chantel Christie breaks silence on altercation with her mother, Jackie, and claims that Jackie touched her arm before she pushed her. She says that I may not be proud, but I am not ashamed. I don't give a fuck if she pulled your fucking eyelash off. You don't reach over there and push your mother on national television or off. Jackie was already on edge. Okay, everybody on the show been coming at her. She's been leaving scenes since the whole damn season began to avoid altercation, and you come up on her and provoke her and put your hands on her. I didn't see where she touched you first. I'm just gonna be honest. Now, if they cut it out, if production chose to cut it out, then that's what it is. But even if they did cut it out, you still did not have the right to do what you did and push your mother in that way. You were being very disrespectful. And let's get into what she had to say. Not that it matters, but we'll entertain it. Okay. Let's get into what she had to say. This is what Jackie Christie's daughter, Chantel, had to say. She says, I'll start by saying that if you never dealt with a toxic mother, then you truly have no idea what it feels like. As painful as it's been to watch these moments of my life play out on TV, I know my younger self is proud of the woman who finally stood up to or for herself. The truth is, this dynamic isn't rare, so it happens in more families than we'd like to admit. Narcissism, jealousy, lies, lack of accountability, gaslighting, abuse, hiding, assault, and etc. So that we're just taught to keep it in the house and suffer in silence. I choose to break that cycle. What you witnessed was a masterclass of narcissism, someone lighting the fire behind the scenes, then walking away so that you can look like the arsonist. She says that I know what really happened on and off camera. She said that all season long. So no, the internet cannot bully me into submission. Y'all know the TV character. I know the mother. She said that she touched my arm and I pushed her off of me. She swung, plain and simple. It's unfortunate things played out this way, and I wish that it never happened. But if you knew our history, then you know that this was a long time coming. So it sounds like they've had some contention in their family for quite some time, and it was a buildup, according to what she's saying. But it still does not negate the fact that you assaulted your mother on national television. That's something you can't take back. That's forever. All right. And it's so bad to where Jackie's other daughter, who don't even fuck with her, came forward to even speak up on Jackie's behalf. So that's how you know what shit is bad. When somebody who don't even fuck with you be like, girl, listen, I can co-sign what she had to say, because girl, listen, that was wrong. All of that. You should have put your hands on her. Now, I know she ain't worth shit, but girl, you ain't either. Now, that was fucked up a little bit. All right, so let's get into the rest of what she had to say, because baby, she wrote a novel. I did not know this was going to be story time, but bear with me. Thank God we got good reading skills, right? All right. I may not be proud of my choices this season, okay? But I'm also not ashamed. She said, this is my real life, and I doubt anyone judging me lives a perfect one. Here we go. That gaslighting bullshit. Said that I see the hate mail. Of course you did, because you're all over the internet now. I see the judgment, but I also see all the messages that say, I've dealt with this too. This reminds me so much of my situation. Girl, if you don't go to Ayanla and let her fix your damn life. Says that to those of you with heart and understanding, I see you and I appreciate your vulnerability. Girl, get the fuck out of here. To those of you who've met me with threats, vile statements, and extreme judgment, may you never understand my plight. Celebrating my darkest moments says more about you than it will ever be about me. I've always been misunderstood, and this chapter of my life is no different, but I will answer to God, not imperfect strangers who've never walked a step in my shoes. She said that I will keep my head up and my peace in focus as I continue to grow as a mother, a wife, and a woman. All right, CCJ is what she signed off on. Girl, you should have kept your head up whenever Jackie swung on your ass. You would have saw that damn punch coming. That's when your head should have been up, not after the fact, girl. That would have saved you a busted lip on national television if you kept your shit up. But anywho, what y'all think about that? Let's go ahead and refresh your memory. All right. Shout out to Neighborhood Talk. Let's get into this shit again, child.
Hey, sweetie. Good night. Be well. Good night. I will. That's a much better exit. You right. Good night. You right. And you think you look better? Bye-bye. Do you think you look better? Do you think that you fixed the situation? Because you're sitting here looking stupid. I don't. Look how you look as a mother, Jackie.
First of all, Look how you looking as a mother, Jackie. You're looking fucking stupid. That if that's not disrespectful, I don't know what it is. I don't care what you went through in your life. I don't care how hard your life has been, what kind of trials and tribulations that you've gone through, how many mountains did you cross. You do not talk about or talk to your mother in that tone. Baby, I would be eating mashed potatoes for the rest of my fucking life if I talked to my mother in that way. And I'm in my 40s. Well into my 40s, and she would still slap the shit out of me. And my mama got a heavy hand. I know better. But the thing about it is when I don't feel like Jackie has pushed that respect with her daughters, and I feel like there's a disconnect somewhere to where Chantel and her other daughter don't feel like they have to respect her. But let's continue, because this is a hot fucking mess.
You don't get. You look as a mother. Don't touch me. All
right, stop it. Did y'all see Jackie touch her arm in an aggressive manner after we just saw Chantel push her? Did y'all see that anywhere where Jackie aggressively touched her daughter to invoke this response where she pushes Jackie forcefully, which then Jackie responded by punching the shit out of her? Let's continue.
Let me go. Let me go.
Still swinging at her mama.
Bitch,
and the bitch word. Really?
No, you guys put your hands on me. Let me go. End of it. That's the end of it.
That must have been some real good editing, because I didn't see it, Chantel. Baby, you can't lie your way out of it. Just take your L and be like, look, me and my mama had some rough times. We've had some very tense moments growing up. She really wasn't the best mother she could have been. And, you know, I'm sorry for being disrespectful towards my mom, and maybe we need to go to therapy to fix this. But, you know, I feel like maybe I did go a little too far, and maybe she kind of hurt my feelings and my lip when she punched the shit out of me. Something to that effect. And I just made that up in 2 seconds? Girl, you done did a whole novel and up and lied.
That's the end of it. You put your hands on me. I'm going in my room.
But you put your hands on her first, from what we could see. All this shit here, yes, she put her hands on you because you pushed her first. It was a reaction. It's a reaction, like if somebody hit you in your damn face, you swinging on their ass. I know I am. Hit me in my face. I'm gonna swing on you because it's a reaction. You got darn right.
Dad, get him on the line, Jackie. Call Dad.
Why wouldn't you call Dad? What we calling? How old are you? You a wife and a whole mother. You just said. What you need to call Doug for? Doug is coaching, getting his coins. Doug don't want to be in this shit. Have we seen Doug on the last few seasons? I have not seen Doug on this show. Doug, I don't feel like want nothing to do with this ratchet ass show. I feel like Jackie's just on here because she's OG and she's getting a coin. It's a bag for her. But again, I don't feel like Chantel should have even been on this fucking show. That's not a good look at all.
You goofy as
Wow. Yeah, so that's my thoughts on that. That's my thoughts. Chantel is a whole clown. Jackie, I felt, was definitely vindicated in doing what she did. All right, and I do not promote violence in any way, shape, or form. But bitch, you can't put your hands on somebody and expect not expect somebody not to retaliate. That's just how it works. I mean, she definitely was defending herself. Period. That's all I have to say about it. All right, so somebody else who was defending Jackie. Let's go ahead and get into that. Ming Lee, who is also on Basketball Wives, she did come to defense of Jackie. I like that because, like the other girls on the show, like Evelyn and Jennifer and everybody else, they seem to be like, why Jackie hit her daughter. Well, if you weren't there, then you don't know. I feel like maybe Ming Lee probably went back and looked at the footage, like, oh my God, bitch, you shouldn't have touched your mom. Like, that was not cool. So let's get into what Ming had to say. So Ming Lee apologizes to Jackie. She said, did y'all think any of the other ladies will apologize? Probably not. We know Evelyn ain't, because Evelyn all season been using Jackie Christie as her storyline, as she's done with Jennifer Williams, all right, or whatever her new fraud last name is. I don't know. And we don't care. So it said that we love to see it. Ming Lee apologizes to Jackie Christie after seeing how things fully played out with Chantel. She said that I was under the impression that you swung first. Now, as a mom, I understand. Okay. Hell yeah. So let's get into what Ming had to say. That's very big of her to do that. She automatically thought that it was Jackie on the bullshit, but upon her probably going back and doing her homework on the situation, she was like, well, you know what? Maybe not. Okay. So she says, Jackie, I'm gonna keep it real. After watching last night's episode and thinking back on how everything played out in real time, I owe you an apology. She says, if anything I said or did came off offensive, that was never my intentions, and I am truly sorry. She says, I was under the impression that you swung first, and that shaped how I saw it. But watching it back, she says, woo, it hit different, girl. She says, I don't condone violence at all, and it was hard to watch. She says, as a mom, I understand where your emotions were coming from. She says, anybody in our shoes would have felt the same. She says, this whole situation reminded me to stay out of family business and focus on my own damn business. There you go, right there, girl. You hear that, Evelyn? That's all you got to do. All right. She says, I really do hope that y'all can heal from this, because that was tough to witness. Okay. And she put the tear emoji underneath that. So as you guys can see, Jackie does need to fix things with her kids. Obviously, her kids are grown with kids now. I don't feel like this should have been on the show for everybody else to give their opinions on what they think about it. I feel like that's between them. Let them go to therapy and figure it out. Because I feel like it's just throwing more logs on the fire with Evelyn jumping in it like she's the perfect mom. Bitch, you're not. You're not the perfect mom, Evelyn. You're not. You taught your daughter your ways. Okay? She sleep with her legs open. For her to be out here sleeping unprotected with the game, who done been through all of the Kardashians. Okay? Like, sit down. You're not a great mother. You're not a great mother. You was over there, Carl Crawford, with his lying, cheating ass. Looking like a pug in the face. You was only with him for a coin. Child, bye. You can't speak on anyone. Then you want to show calling Jackie a hoe? You the biggest one. Girl, you done been through every man in every league. Okay? Your watt miles, baby, is way up there. Like, you done broke the knob on that shit. So, I don't know. They really need to figure it out. But shout out to Ming Lee for being a grown woman about this situation and saying what she said, because I agree with everything she had to say. All right, shout out to you, Ming. Moving on, neighborhood talk. Thank you for that. All right, moving on. Miss Housewives has to say that SHAMEA Morton has removed her name from Real Housewives of Atlanta bio. Okay, from her bio. I kind of talked about that yesterday with you guys, gave y'all a heads up on that, but I will go ahead and address it because I did not get a chance to do so. So it's looking like, and I told you guys yesterday that it was alleged that there was a conversation had with Portia with production to say that she did not want SHAMEA back next season. All right. Now that's what's alleged. Now, of course, they're saying here that SHAMEA will not be returning for season 17 of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let's get into what's said. All right. This is that I'm not convinced that she's returning, but I was on her page a couple days ago, and Real Housewives of Atlanta was definitely still in her bio, along with her peach holding pictures pinned to the top. It says that now fans have noticed that SHAMEA Morton has removed Real Housewives of Atlanta from her bio. Part 2 of season 16 reunion aired this past Sunday. Not only that, but her celebratory post about finally getting a peach is no longer pinned. Naturally, people are speculating that she has decided to step back from the show. And which she should. Her daughter is sick. She's trying to be a mother again by way of surrogacy. And, you know, she is a wife. So I would hope that she would step back, save her marriage, because we do know reality show is not good on marriages. We've seen a lot of marriages go kaput over reality shows. Okay, so this says, let's be real. SHAMEA isn't having the best reunion. That she's coming off as a hater and a liar with this weird beef involving her former BFF Portia and Drew Sidora. Says, but honestly, that's not a deal breaker. It says that not everyone has a strong reunion, especially first timers, and they don't. Okay, you got to be strong, honey. You got to have a strong spine to sit up there and deal with the bullshit that you've dealt with all season. Now, Angela Oakley has also struggled. All right, but they said that that's to be expected for a newbie. All right, so let's go ahead and get into what they're showing here. All right, as you guys can see, there is no Real Housewives of Atlanta here. There's nothing about her having a peach. She says here, this is her profile, radio personality, actress, singer, dancer, former Falcons and Hawks cheerleader, Hawks in game host, bookings, and it gives her booking information, We don't see anything Real Housewives of Atlanta related. And this is her profile. So something's going on, and we're going to find out. All right. So SHAMEA, of course, takes Real Housewives of Atlanta out of her bio. This in by SHAMEA, hashtag Real Housewives of Atlanta. All right. Somebody says, and remove the pinned post of her getting a peach. So people are noticing And they're saying, all right, she's slaying right there. Come on, Boots. Yes. All right. So what do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about that? It sounds like there's some type of tension where it's alleged. And I told you guys yesterday, and I showed you for the bitch that came in my comments. And I don't even like to call people that, but stop trying people. Y'all know on my channel, if I'm talking about something, naturally, I will put it up on the screen to show you the source of where it was said. I don't just sit up here and say, oh, this was said. Next thing, let's move on to the next thing. No, I show receipts when I talk about stuff. So please don't be jumping in my comments. Where did they say that? Point it out with, bitch, can you rewind and go to the point in the video? All right, because that's so fucking irritating where people want me to do your homework. I'm not going to go back and redo my video for you because you can't read. Okay? Pick up a Dr. Seuss book, Green Hams, I Am, bitch, and go and find it. The fuck? Shout out to Audrey Williams. Thank you so much, love, for the super sticker. Like green eggs and ham, I am. Bitch. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to clear a bitch right quick for that. Because, bitch, what you will not do is come in my comments on that. Talking about where is it? Go in the video and scroll forward and look for the post where we were talking about SHAMEA. But you ain't do a whole nother video? The fuck, girl? Kiss my ass. Both ass cheeks. Put them together like this, too. It's a lot of ass back there, too. You should be back there. Wow, that should give you something to do. Leave me the fuck alone, all right? Put some baby powder on it, too, so your lips don't stick on there. Just kiss and move, girl. Kiss and move, all right? Put some baby powder on my ass cheeks and kiss and move. All right? Damn. Fucking. Oh, Lord. I didn't want to do that today. My God. My mama raised me better, but not today. F that. I'm so sick of these hoes in damn comments on some bullshit. I just be looking like, y'all ain't have shit else to do. You have nothing else to do. Nothing else to do. All right. Moving on, though. Oh, my God. Let me roll my eyes. I'm sorry. Oh, get that off. Harlem Shake. Bitches, try it. Harlem Shake these hoes up off. All right. Damn. All right, so Mia, child, y'all know Mia is trying to get on Real Housewives of Atlanta, child. So ain't nobody really checking for her with her new boyfriend, the little Ink. Okay, I'm calling him an imp, child, because he pop in and out, literally. And now it seems like Mia is trying to appear to be the family woman now because she's trying to get that little peach. All right. She's sitting back watching and waiting and hoping and wishing and waiting that somebody will drop down so she can drop up. Okay. Or jump up, child, into that slot. So I told you guys, all right. I told you guys that SHAMEA may not be coming back next season. And we already know that Britt Edie is out of there. So that's 2 spots that's going to be open for Real Housewives of Atlanta. And Mia is really trying hard. She's moved from Potomac. She's moved to Atlanta to say, hey, I'm in Atlanta. Hey, me and Gordon, we're getting along and our kids are here. Look at us in the picture. All right. Bravo. Okay. She's doing that. So as you guys can see, she's here with her kids, beautiful children. All right. Beautiful, beautiful children. Says just an appreciation post to G. All right. Y'all know G got to be a strong one to deal with this bullshit because, baby, you ain't going to be with me, then leave me, go back to your side dude, then come back and be with me when you and him get to fighting and then go back. Child, it's too much back and forth. Like, oh my God, it's like watching a tennis match with these two. So they said that these past couple of weeks have been hard. You mean like your little boyfriend? Life, and that's life. But to have someone willing to jump in and say, I got you through it all, deserves praise. See, now, why wouldn't you stay with G if that's the case? Yeah, he's a little crazy. He has to be on medication. But it seems that he is more of a family man versus that little imp that you call a boyfriend named Ink, who I feel is just around for clout. I feel like he wants to be on TV. I feel like occasionally he wants to grab your Play-Doh face while he's behind you and be balls deep in you and then turn around and act like, you know, he's that dude when he's really not. It seems like you and G are still, you know, that family unit because you guys are here in this picture looking very cozy and family-like. And I like that. I think that G is a very nice guy. He does need to work on some things about himself. I don't like the fact that he comes to social media to tell you guys business because that's between you and him. But on the flip side, all right, I like it. I really hope that you guys can work it out. As you guys can see, y'all have smaller children who deserve to have that family unit if you guys can handle that. But I think, Mia, if you take some of that hoe up out your system, I think you can be a great wife. I really do. Because he did get you off the pole and stop lock and dropping it, child, in the damn club. All right. Yeah, you did, girl. You're doing a lot. But hey, He decided to make a hoe into a housewife, so y'all deal with it. All right. So what do y'all think about that? She's showing her appreciation to G, and she says best ex-husband ever, hashtag. Hashtag co-parenting, hashtag Thorntons. Hashtag Atlanta Dream. She had to throw that in there, Atlanta Dream. Okay. So I don't know if she's trying to get the attention of Bravo or the people over at Bravo, Andy Cohen, and say, hey, we're family now. I need my beach. Me. No. Okay. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all want to see Mia on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Put a 2 if it's a hell no for you. Baby, I'm going to say 3. Hell no. Okay, take your ass back to Potomac. No. Okay. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all want to see me on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Put a 2 if it's a hell no for you. Let me see. Let's get a poll right quick, child. I see some 2s already coming in. We are here with it, honey. Yes. Lisa Bell says she is here for the mess. I know that's right. We need a jam session. Ooh, say no more. Y'all want to twerk on a Wednesday. That's all it is. I know. All right, so let's go ahead and oblige you guys. Let's get a little twerking going on. All right. Hey. House music. Real, I said house music. All right. Tap. Let's go. Bring it back. Hey, 158 likes. Come on, y'all. Let's get on back to the show. Y'all having too much fun. Hey, y'all like that? I had to get y'all some new music on here. I told y'all. So y'all can get your twerk on. All right, let's continue, honey. Let's continue. DJ Rail. Hey, If I don't know nothing else, I know my music, y'all. Oh my God, I'm a music fanatic. I love it. All right, let's continue. Now imagine giving your good coin, okay, to go on like a nice little yacht ride, only to find out that you've been frauded out of your money, okay? Now, let's get into this, because according to the Shade Room Girl, they said that they were just signed up for a lit Juneteenth weekend on the water, but ended up stuck on the shore, angry and out of thousands of dollars. They said that a woman is accused of collecting over $75,000 for a black yacht weekend experience in Chicago, only to cancel the boats, vanish from communication, and blame the wind. Honey said it was the wind problem, child, when she was gone with the wind. Now it says that now dozens are demanding their money back, and she's finally speaking out exclusively to the Shade Room. All right, you got to watch a lot of these people. There's a lot of fraud out there. Watch where you put your money. Watch who you give your money to, because baby, there's some people out there that will take your shit and act like they don't know what you're talking about. You be like, girl, where the fuck is my money? And they like, what money? I don't know what you're talking about. All right, so let's get into this, child, because baby, I would have been mad. All right.
They just wanted to be litty in the Windy City.
Thought it was shady from the beginning.
Black Yacht Weekend in Chicago. This is the vibe they promised. Instead,
it just turned out to be a horrible nightmare.
It's highly unorganized. The whole thing was a show.
They say this woman collected tens of thousands of dollars to book boats for people. Then she canceled. It was too windy to sail.
We are the people who were predominantly scammed by her.
Almost $1,000 that she owes me.
A TSR exclusive.
They're literally dragging me.
This accused boat scammer sitting down with the Shade Room.
The math isn't mathing. Where's the $55,000?
I'm not a messed up person, Justin. I'm going to make it right by the people.
I'm Justin Carter. This is TSR Investigates.
Where is the money, girl? $55,000, bitch. You got a whole lot of splaining to do. See, I see somebody put in there. They said it be child. They said it be your own people. You right, Brittany Janae. It do. Like, what is going on here? Damn.
Before we get into it though, roommates, make sure you go ahead and like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. There, you're going to find full and exclusive access to our TSR Investigate stories every single week, right here in the Shade Room. The concept, it sounds nice on paper. Black Yacht Weekend. It's advertised on their website
Shout out Justin Carter, Shade Room,
as a floating party for black boaters on Lake Michigan. It's proven to be successful over the years, growing in popularity. That was up until this year, where things got a little choppy. The windy weather and rough waters causing boats to capsize. This woman on Facebook posted that her boat was underwater.
Yeah.
There were reports too of people falling in the water with no life jackets. This woman, a popular Chicago hairstylist, even...
Y'all remember we did a story on this, okay? She passed away in the water as well.
drowned after falling off of a boat at the Playpen near Navy Pier. It certainly was a rocky Juneteenth weekend, and it's proving to be a headache even still for dozens of people who reached out to the Shade Room, saying that Black Yacht Weekend was also a hotbed for scammers.
They're literally dragging me.
For filth. Glenise Jackson, she's a travel agent from Atlanta who saw Chicago.
Travel agent from Atlanta. That didn't ring a bell right there. Fraud. You know how many fraudulent people are in Atlanta? They said Atlanta is the fraud capital of the fucking world. Oh my God.
Black Yacht Weekend as the perfect way to make a little money.
I wanted to make it more seamless for people the following year. So I said, you know what? I'm going to make it a trip.
So she started selling weekend packages on her website. Here's the flyer, starting at $375 for single day boat parties, or you could do the $700 bundle deal for lodging, transportation, and that boat party.
How many people started to get on board in total?
In total, it ended up being a little over 200.
She says she had an agreement.
She got a nice little bag, okay? With that price and 200 people, yeah, you racked up, mama.
With 2 charter companies. She paid about $6,400 to rent 4 small boats from a man named Kevin, and then another $14,000 to another charter company for 7 larger double-decker boats like this one. She says that her contact person for that was a man named AJ.
He's the reason that the weekend went to. It wasn't really like a cap on, you know, the amount of boats that he could get. I felt comfortable doing business with him. He was always available. Basically, he was just like, everything is fully refundable. In the event that whatever World War III happened, you will get your refund.
June 21st came, and as the tides turned, she got a text from AJ the morning of these excursions. Quote, "Hey, unfortunately, due to really bad wind conditions, the captains will not be taking their boats out. Coast Guard told us because of high winds, boat will not be allowed for charters because of severe safety issues. One boat almost flipped this morning. They have assured me we can set up a future charter date or possibly just making sure everyone gets a refund or transfer." End quote. She then gets a hold of the boat captain, who explains further, quote, "If you'd prefer a refund, we're happy to arrange it, but unfortunately, it takes place before the end of boating season. I can't really expedite it. We're dealing with many people, not just you, but you are guaranteed to get money back by the end of boating."
Get money back or get all your money back, okay? If I can't do nothing, I can hear and fucking read, okay? And comprehend. You will get money back now, bitch. All my fucking money. If I didn't step my foot on that boat, run me my shit back. Period.
Season, October 31st. End quote.
A hot mess.
By this point, she said she had dozens of anxious guests waiting near the dock in the blazing sun. Geneva Chapman from New York, she was one of them.
She's frantic. You know what I'm saying? She has 200 people that she's supposed to be putting on a boat today. I can't even imagine what that's like. She goes back onto the dock and then she comes back out the gate and she's crying. So at that point, everybody's like, yo, like, please don't cry. Like, we know this is a lot on you. You know, just calm down. Like, it's going to be okay.
Chapman says the smaller boats, they were allowed to sail, while the larger double-decker boats were not permitted at all. They've been
Do that make sense? The smaller boats, which could flip over at any time, but the larger boats were not allowed to go. So the smaller boats can go, the larger boats cannot.
Waiting for hours for answers.
She comes back and she goes, all the boats are gone. To come back after all of this time and tell us the boats are gone. And then she goes, oh, well, there's a fourth boat. I'm trying to get it. And it's probably going to be another hour. This is 2.5 hours after you have people standing in the sun.
Brittany Williams paid just under $1,000 for 2 boat party tickets. She said that she requested a refund as soon as Glenise stopped communicating with her that morning.
I texted and I was like, hey, so, you know, even if you guys go out today, I'm not interested. Can we just have our money back? And she never responded to that. And I haven't heard from her at all since.
So as you guys can see, she was just telling the guy interviewing her that she told him, hey, no problem. We're going to try to get everybody refunds, da-da-da-da-da. But then when they're reaching out to you saying, hey, look, don't even worry about it. I don't want to go on this trip anymore. We just want to have a refund because this is turning out to be a horrible experience. Now, all of a sudden you go ghost, you don't respond. That's not good business because it's your fault. It's your job to set up your end of the bargain for the people that's paying you for this experience, and they're not getting what they paid for. So you give them back their money. It should not be an explanation. It should not be an argument. It should not be any of that. Okay. They shouldn't even have, you should still have their money. You should have the money. I'm not understanding. And this is why you guys have to be very careful with who you give your money to when you're trying to do certain things, because you're going to get got. Do your homework.
That's why they called on TSR Investigates. We asked Glenise, where are the contract agreements with these charter companies? She told us,
all right, so you guys can continue watching on the Shade Room if you like at your leisure. As you guys can see, this was a scam. Okay, it was a scam. I'm sorry. You got all of a sudden you got all these boats. You done paid all this money to get 7 boats over here, 5, 6, 7, 8 boats over there. The people standing out there for 2.5 hours in the blazing hot sun, and then you tell them, oh, we don't have any boats. I might be able to get this boat, or I might be able to get this one. People are emailing you asking for their money back for refunds, and you can't seem to do any of that. And then you just say, oh, I'm just not going to talk to anybody because I'm tired of people chewing my ass off for something that I'm responsible for. Like, no. Definitely, because the weather is nice. The weather, you know, it's the summertime. People are outside. People want to do things water related. Okay. So you got to be careful when you're going and planning and making, you know, reservations for certain things like boat rides and trips and things like that. Make sure that you do your homework on the company that's doing this before you swipe your card, give your card information or any type of monetary anything towards said excursions, because you could be getting scammed. Okay. You could be getting scammed like this situation situation. It's sad that our own people be doing the bullshit like that, because this woman here needs to be ashamed of herself. All right, she really should be ashamed of herself. I hope they lock her ass up. All right, somebody else who's locked up. Let's continue, child. Yes, honey. Somebody else who was locked up, and they're begging and pleading for the judge, honey, not to deport their ass, and they should be, because you were doing the crime. You and your son, with his chunky ass. All right, so Sean Kingston's mama could be kicked out of the U.S., honey, and she is begging the judge for mercy, honey. Okay, please, please. Okay, like James Brown. All right, so Janice Turner, okay, the mother of Sean Kingston, all right, she's 62 years old, is asking for mercy, honey, from a federal judge as she awaits sentencing in a high-profile wire fraud case. Ooh, child. Now, it says that the exclusive was first shared by all of hip hop over the weekend. Shout out to them. It's Only Entertainment. Shout out to you. Now, Turner was convicted, okay, in March of 2025 on 1 count of conspiracy to commit wire fraud and 4 counts of wire fraud, each carrying a potential sentence up to 20 years in the prison, the penitentiary is what I like to call it. Now, her sentencing is scheduled for July 23rd. That's today. Look at the Lord. Now, in a motion filed ahead of the hearing, says that Turner is requesting a significantly reduced prison term, no more than 30 months. Girl, no, not for your type of crime. Okay, that's federal. Says that her legal team argues that her declining health, minimal criminal history, and the fact that she did not personally profit from the scheme justify a shorter sentence. Absolutely fucking not. It is called fraud, okay? Especially when you're using wire systems to do so, okay? Yeah, girl, that's 20 years is about right. They don't give a fuck. You wasn't caring about you having no health issues when you were doing it. So now all of a sudden you standing in court being held accountable. All of a sudden you too sick to go to prison. All right, so it said that a sentence of 30 months or less will serve the purposes of sentencing. The motion stated, suggesting that justice can be served without a lengthy incarceration. Now, federal prosecutors described Turner as a central figure in the scheme, which used forged financial documents, so you in there for forgery too, and her son's celebrity name to defraud businesses for over $1 million in luxury goods, okay, including jewelry, electronics, and vehicles. She didn't give a damn. Yeah, girl, go to jail already. Now, according to the government, Turner masterminded the use of fake wire transfers to convince retailers to hand over merchandise without receiving payment. Now, prosecutors claim that she was the operations nerve center, managing the day-to-day fraud with intent to and precision, rather. Okay. Now, Turner admitted during the trial to creating fake transfers, but insisted that she did not receive any personal gain. Says that her son, Sean Kingston, who also faces charges, did not take the stand during her trial. Child, that would have got you more time, probably. Okay. It says that one of the hardest or harshest consequences that Turner faces is not just prison, but deportation. All right. It says as a non-citizen, she is expected to be removed to Jamaica following her sentence, permanently separating her from the U.S.-based family. It says that her lawyers have requested that she be should be incarcerated near Miami, where her support system resides. It says that the nearest woman's prison, however, is located in Tallahassee, nearly 500 miles away, which her attorneys argue would be an undue hardship. Listen, you're not trying to get any type of favors here, ma'am. You've committed a crime, and it says that you were the mastermind, it sounds like, behind the situation with your son. So they're not trying to give you any type of, slap on the hand and say, no, girl, okay, this time just don't do it anymore. No. Several businesses, $1 million, that's extreme. I'm sorry. You did a lot of wire fraudulent transfers up to $1 million, and you knew absolutely what you were doing. But because you got away with it, during that time, you felt like, oh, I can keep doing it and I'll never get caught. And now that you're caught, all of a sudden you're sick. You got to be in the hospital. Your leg fell off. Your wig don't fit right. Your eyebrows look like the McDonald's sign. Like, bitch, I don't know anymore. Just go to jail already. All right. And that's for anybody else that's on the fraud bullshit. Your ass is going to fucking jail. And when they finally catch up to you, then what? I mean, damn. Girl. All right. Anybody doing some fast shit, just know that time does start 10 years and above. All right. If you own some fraud shit and you get caught, fair time started 10 years and above. All right. Let's get into the next topic. This is one of my favorite shows. I believe I have watched every single episode, and I am so happy that 50 Cent is coming back with an official show with Tommy and Ghost. Y'all like that? Now it's official, honey. Stars announces that Power Origins, okay, story about Ghost and Tommy with 18 episodes order. Hallelujah. Have y'all been missing Ghost and Tommy? That was like Power is one of the best shows that's ever touched TV. Okay. I did not understand and I did not like when they unalived Ghost from the show. I was like, what the fuck are y'all doing? We need him on the show. This is a good show. Oh my God. I would stay up and watch Ghost. Because, I love the shower scenes too. All right, that was one of my favorite scenes in the show. When he would be in the shower, child, holding on to the wall with the water coming all over his body or whatever. I was like, shit, okay. But anywho, so let's get into it. So the Starz Network is officially taking their talents back to the city of Queens, New York for a highly anticipated tale. Now it says that according to reports from Variety, Starz, it says has greenlit the Power prequel series that will dive into the early lives of James Ghost St. Patrick's and Tommy Egan, the fan favorite dynamic duo that launched the Power universe, right? Sweet. So it says that the network announced that the project will kick off with an 18-episode order, promising an in-depth look at how the two best friends turned into criminal kingpins and built an empire from nothing. That's gonna be good. Oh, I can't wait. Now it says that while casting details are the official premiere date, haven't been revealed yet. Says that Power creators Courtney Kemp and executive producer 50 Cent are expected to be heavily involved, keeping the vision and energy true to the OG series. All right. Now, Nord Nation are all excited to see young Ghost and Tommy back over the block. It says that who should play the teenage version of these iconic characters. Who do you guys think could play the teenage versions of Tommy and Ghost? All right, for this particular show. All right, so it's going to be called Power Origins, and it will be on Starz. Okay, they have not released a date as to when it will be, but it is in the making. As I get that information, y'all know I will definitely come back on here and give y'all an update as to when this will show on Starz, and give you any other updates related to it. Okay. Yes, ain't Ghost fine? Oh my God, girl. Oh my God, he is fine. He is fine. All right, let's continue. All right, so Keisha K.R., y'all know who she is. She is married to Gucci Mane, all right? Married to Gucci Mane. And she sits down with Carlos King to do an interview, honey. And she says that Gucci Mane only has one job in their house, honey. And that's just to take a shower, honey. And she got everything else. So imagine telling your man, baby, don't worry about it, honey. Just get up and take a shower. I have everything else under control. Okay. Let's get into what she had to say, because she's sitting down with Carlos King, honey. Y'all know that Keisha K.R. Let me go ahead and give y'all a little history. While Gucci was serving his time, all right, he gave her $1 million, and she flipped that. I think they said it to like $4 or $5 million. That's the type of woman you want on your arm, a woman that can flip a coin and whatnot. Okay, she held him down while he did his time in the prison, and they're still together. They have 2 children now. Y'all know she had 2 children by him. She has, I think, 3 children from a previous relationship, and I don't think she ever shows her other kids, and it's probably she just want to be private, and that's fine. That's, that's her prerogative as a mother. So let's get into this though, and what she told Carlos King. All right, G Money, thank you.
Shower. He don't got to do nothing else. I do everything for that man, but not because I have to do it. I want to. I enjoy taking care of him. I enjoy him just being happy and going to the studio and doing music. I don't want him to worry about the bills, worry about what he got to eat, worry about nothing. That man, all he got to do is bathe, child, and go do his shows and go to the studio. That is it. The wife takes care of everything else, and I love doing it. And if I don't do it, I would be miserable.
Why do you think you'd be miserable?
Because I want to take care of my man. All nobody got to do is shower.
You hear that? She said, honey, all Gucci got to do is shower, put his clothes on, go hang out all day in the studio. She going to worry about the bills getting paid. She going to worry about making sure the lawn service is taken care of. She going to make sure all his jewelry is polished and clean. She going to make sure there's dinner on the table. She going to make sure that the house is clean and all the things of the things. She going to handle all the business stuff of whatever is going on. He ain't got to do shit, but just, take a shower, come home and take his shoes. She probably take his shoes off too. She might massage his feet and everything else, child. But hey, that's her husband. That is what it is. Whatever works for you in your house may not work in somebody else's house. All right, everybody run their shit differently. But But that's what she had to say, honey, about Gucci. She won't do
Somebody else to do it. I want you to pay so and so to do this. A chef, I cook for him. I buy his clothes. I do everything, and I want to keep the money at home.
Now I got to give her this. She is smart business-wise, all right? She's very, very intelligent business-wise. She has her own businesses as well. So coming into the relationship, she wasn't coming in just some, thought queen that was, coming in to try to get his money. He trusted her with everything he had when he went to prison, and she safeguarded that, and she flipped his money and made businesses and created businesses to where they had wealth whenever he got, which he already had money, but they had more wealth, okay? Whenever he got out, and they were able to live comfortably. They had this huge wedding that was on VH1. You guys saw it. Everything was blinged out. They spent a nice bag. I think they said they spent about $5 million or so on their wedding. Huge wedding. But I think that they might be cooking up a reality show, which is probably why they're sitting with Carlos King. That's what it's giving. Carlos, he hasn't said it yet, but y'all know, honey, he's done several things with Keisha Kaur. The last time he sat down with her, he was like hugged up on her kind of inappropriately, and a lot of people did not like that. They were like, okay, Carlos, what the fuck are you doing? She is a married woman that don't look good. I know you guys are friends, but it's given that you're doing a little too much, all right? But it's given that she may be having a little sit down with him because they may be negotiating something behind the scenes for she and Gucci to have a reality show. So we'll see what it gives. I'm not sure, but let's continue what she has to say.
Baby, I want to keep the money in the bank.
Yes.
I invest. I do great investments. So it's like, the thing is, when you have a man, you want that man to need you, not want you. And Gucci needs me. He can't function without me. That's what you want in a relationship. Somebody else to do it. I want you to pay.
I can understand that. Okay, so she's put herself in a situation in their marriage, in their relationship, to where he needs her more than he wants her, and that's that can be a thing. When you get a man to a place where he needs you more than he wants you, yeah, that is cheaper to keep her. Okay, she gonna be there for a little minute. Cause imagine her saying to him, and I know she probably win a lot of arguments in their house. Okay, if they have a disagreement, she like, well, bitch, I'm gone. Then he gonna be like, okay, let's talk about it. Cause he probably don't know how to do shit now. She got the lawn service coming. She got the dinner done. She got his clothes at the cleaners. She got his jewelry polished up. All the business needs handled. She's flipping millions of dollars in businesses and stuff. She's handling all of that. She's keeping herself up. She's being a mom to their kids. Like, she's keeping the house clean and the maids and everybody paid. She's doing it all. So imagine if she did walk away. He wouldn't know what the fuck to do with himself, because she is literally his everything. Like, everything. Okay, and I feel like she set it up that way to let his ass know, all right, don't fuck around and mess this up. Don't mess up the setup, because y'all know a lot of rappers, when they be in the studio, they ain't always doing music. Okay, they're getting throat crunches upon them from them little airheaded chicks coming in there thinking that they trying to be on the come up. All right, that's what they be doing in there. That's what they be doing. I've seen some crazy wild shit in the studio time too. I just have to turn my head and be like, oh, that's what y'all on over here. Okay, I've seen some crazy wild shit, y'all. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, for real. Girls in there giving head for tracks and shit like that. Okay, yeah, I've seen that shit. That's a real thing. But so shout out to her. Shout out to her for being a strong woman and holding her man down. Because like I said, hey, everybody run their shit differently, and it is what it is. Yeah, it said tons of plastic surgery. So, but does she have all her kids? Now, I think her older kids are in Jamaica, and they've been in Jamaica. Even when she was staying with Gucci, from what I hear and have read, her kids were in Jamaica. And then she came here and had more kids with him. So, not sure what that situation was about. Her mom was taking care of her kids over in Jamaica. I don't know why, but maybe that's their little arrangement. She probably, paid her mom or whatever and made sure the kids were handled financially, but I don't know why she didn't have them here. I do know that Gucci, Gucci's baby moms was suing the shit out of him for not handling his situation with her and their child as related to like child support. So he wasn't paying child support for one of his kids, at which the mom sued him for like a whole lot of money. But but then he's taking care of the kids that he has with Keisha Kaur and also helping out with her kids over in Jamaica. But your kids here in the States, one of your kids was like suffering from not having their share of what was due to them. I mean, you're the father, you're supposed to take care of them. The mother should not have to track you down and embarrass you and go on social media blasting you that you're not taking care of your child. That part I don't like about Gucci. Do not put another one, and she is your wife now, but don't be putting those kids, which are still your kids too, ahead of your child who's already been here. Like, that child deserves to be taken care of and have the same type of lifestyle as well. That part I didn't like. But hopefully they figured out, y'all. Yeah.
To do this.
All right, so shout out to them. Shout out to them. All right, moving on. Moving on. We almost done, guys. Ain't gonna hold you guys too long. Let me see. All right, I'm gonna scrap that last topic because baby, I gotta go. What time is it? Yeah. All right, so let's move along. All right, I did not get a chance to talk about this particular part right here, this particular scene. I did not get a chance to talk about this. Now, you guys do remember when Miss Wanda went live in her car to say that there was whole lies about what Martell was saying. Y'all remember Martell put those pictures up about the guy that was messing around with Tisha in the back of the Cadillac or whatever car it was, Buick. It was back of the Buick. So y'all remember when all that shit popped off? I knew that they were going to make that a part of their storyline. Because what else are they going to talk about? They cannot talk about Melody Cherie on the new season of Love and Marriage Huntsville. As you guys know, I told y'all yesterday, the ratings show that they are 93,000 views lower than the previous season. That's not good. If you compare the numbers from the previous season and the numbers for the new season of Love and Marriage Huntsville season 10, there's 93,000 views lower than the original season. So that was to be expected because, of course, you guys know when Melody Cherie left, she took a lot of her fan base with her. I mean, her fan base is what was kind of pushing the show. But now that she's left the show and a lot of people say they're going to black out and not watch, hey, the viewership is not there like it used to be. So, Carlos, if y'all don't get that shit together, y'all know OWN is going to snatch that shit like they did the rest of your shows. Like, y'all know his other shows that he had, Bougie and something, that show didn't even last, what, 2-3 episodes? And they were out of there. They didn't even last a whole season. They was out of there. They were like, yeah, nah, So they better get this shit together, honey. Now, in this particular scene here, Wanda is asking Marceau about the cheating allegations that Martell shared. All right. Y'all remember the pictures Martell put out there about Tisha and this guy in the Buick and some other things. Y'all remember the interview that Martell did with the girl Shan, saying that they were having threesomes and making these hoes sign NDAs and all of that. I do remember when Wanda went live to say that all of that was lies and that it never happened. And she said that she was going to be exposing Martell for some stuff that he was doing, that she was kind of sitting on some receipts on that. But in this, she is questioning Marceau and she's pressing him about some things that were said about Martell. And she's asking him, hey, what the hell is going on here? All right. Kind of like she believes what he was being accused of, so to speak. All right, let's go.
What caused him all of that?
What caused all what?
You and Martell. My thing
don't
is,
know.
Martell was singing about the young lady.
I kind of feel like, and I'm not trying to start no shit, but I kind of feel like Tisha may know some things that Marceau have done, but I don't think she wants to talk about it publicly. I feel like they're trying to go to therapy and fix their marriage because they've been together for so long. Their kids, still like that family unit. And I think Tisha definitely wants to save face and not lose her marriage because she doesn't want maybe people saying, I told you so. I think that she likes marriage. I think she likes the idea of being married to Marceau, but I think she knows that behind the scenes that he does some things that's very questionable. As you guys can see her reaction there whenever Wanda brought that up, she closes her eyes like, oh, not this again. It gives that, hey, something may be going on behind the scenes because we've heard rumors of them being separated quite a few times, okay?
I've already responded.
I want an answer. That's not an answer.
What was my response?
Either yes or no is an answer.
What was
Did
my
it
response?
ever happen?
What was my response?
Nothing.
Take that.
Okay, so you don't know the young lady.
What was my response?
I don't give a what your response was.
What was
I'm
my
asking
response?
you now. I think Marceau is lying. I'm going to find out the truth, and I'm going to dig until there's no more room to dig. Do you even know the young lady? We're not doing that. And
I'm
for
trying to
real.
understand what.
But why now is Tisha jumping in the middle of that saying that we're not doing that? Because if there's nothing there, then allow him to answer, Tisha. Because you always were saying there is no infidelity in my marriage, but now that your mother is asking Marceau if he even knows this girl Shan, because it said that there were flights that were, you know, taken, that he was, you know, buying flights for her to go to Las Vegas and other places to meet him. They were at Credit One. Maurice was watching the door while Marceau was in the back with Shan, bent over on the table doing some very nasty things and other stuff going on. There was some money exchange where he was paying her in cash to do certain things and not using debit cards so that they would not be traced by Tisha, because Tisha was in charge of, you know, bank accounts and stuff like that. So now that the hard questions are being asked, it's given that Tisha is trying to shut it down, like she doesn't want it to be talked about on the show. Now, y'all remember they had that little live between the two of them where they were at the house. Tisha and Marcel went live, and they were saying that they don't want social media brought onto the show. Well, what else are you guys going to talk about? You didn't think Carlos was going to do that? You did not think that Carlos and production was going to bring this situation between you and Martell on the show as to boost ratings. Now, keep in mind, when Love and Marriage Huntsville first began, Marceau had already made a declaration to OWN and to Carlos that he was not going to talk about any type of infidelities or any issues with his marriage. But it's weird to me now that this season, they're saying that they're going to be showing them going to therapy to fix their marriage after they've said season, and season after season that there was nothing in their marriage that they needed to work on. Weird.
No, you understand everything I say. You got to realize by you not saying nothing, it does not make it right towards me, my family, looking at all this stuff, to your wife. It does not make it right.
Marceau and I, we have our own way of communicating to let each other know we got each other, we're good. Marceau knew what Martell was saying wasn't okay. I have no doubt,
Ooh, stop it. She says Marceau knew that what Martell was saying and doing was not okay. You didn't say that it wasn't true. You should have said that Marceau knew that what Martell was saying and or doing was not true or okay. That's what you should have said. Because a lot of people was like, do he even know Shan? Was something going on with Shan? Like, what the hell is going on here? Now, it's okay to have your husband's back, but don't be stupid while you're in the process of doing that.
Concern at all, because he's proven himself to be my protector over the years.
He can be your protector, but does he respect you in terms of not going out and doing things that he is supposed to be doing? And is he wearing protection while he's protecting you?
Why you don't like Marceau?
Because the way he talks to you. See, you think you're smart. See, I got you.
No. Here's the thing.
I got you. I know you, okay? If you say something I don't like, I'm coming for you. I don't care. What call?
So y'all see that? I feel like again, and again, every relationship, every marriage, every situationship has issues, but I do feel like Marceau thinks that he is very slick and slimy and that he can do whatever the fuck he wants to do. Do I feel like there may be an open situation to where Tisha may know some things that may have transpired in their relationship or situationship or whatever you want to call it? I do feel like she may know some things that's going on, and I feel like it's so far gone now that she just doesn't want it to be said on the show or maybe put out there, because then it kind of makes her look like a liar and it makes her feel weak to see other people on the outside looking into the issues that they're dealing with. Okay, that's what I feel. But I do remember that Wanda said that there was no truth to that situation, and that she knows Marceau and that he would never do anything like that. So it's just weird to see her kind of pressing him and checking him on this situation about what Martell had to say. But they were saying that there was nothing to it. But there were pictures there. Martell came with receipts. So that's got to be explained at some point. Sitting back saying, oh, I'm not addressing it, and Martell is just lying, that's not going to cut it, because the viewers are sitting back watching the shit on social media and watching it. For those of you that still watching the show, they're watching it there as well as social media, and they're comparing the two like, okay, something's not adding up. So somebody somewhere is lying about something as related to this situation. It's okay. If you had infidelities, that's fine, baby. Use that. Look at Melody. Look how she was able to build her storyline and her platform and her, her people liking her fan base on being honest with her fans. You get way more out of that, honey. You get way more bees with honey, I promise. But you gotta be authentic, and you gotta be open and honest with your viewers if you want them to take you seriously. I mean, you don't feel like Melody thought that shit was embarrassing? All the shit she went through with Martell, him having a baby on her, him cheating on her, him talking shit about her, the whole revenge piece situation, the way he treated her kids, all of that shit played from social media onto the show, and she had to deal with it. She had to deal with it. So at what point do you look at this situation and say, okay, Let's just lay everything out on the table. The shit happened, and we're working on that now. We're going to therapy, and hopefully it doesn't happen again. Build from that. See, Carlos is pushing the castmates to build their fan base on this show to keep the viewership, and it's appearing that it's not working because you have people that's not willing to be transparent in terms of what's going on in their lives, and it's definitely going to be your downfall. Okay, but let's continue. Let's get out there. I don't want to stay on that too much, child. All right. Shout out to Wendy Williams. Her lawyer says that they are getting ready to sue whoever's responsible for the guardianship. So there, y'all know Wendy is saying, she's been saying that she wants to get from up under that damn guardianship. I don't blame her, okay? Because she is so restricted. It's crazy. She can't go here. She can't go there. Like, it's crazy. So this says that Wendy Williams' lawyer says that they're going to sue people responsible for the guardianship.
We missed you going in. You look so different. I was like your work clothes.
Yeah, it's got my ASAP Rocky suit, huh?
I love that. So, we have to ask you, Joe, what's next? I mean, what's next in trying to get her out of the guardianship? I know it's a very big question, but
what's next is hopefully justice. I mean, it's been so long, and I'm not a guardianship attorney. I'm Wendy's personal attorney, but this process is really despicably slow because she's in a facility. And Wendy's Wendy. We've had conversations over the course of 6 months. She's the same Wendy Williams that you know from TV. Yeah. Right? And so she belongs in a facility like, I belong in a facility. Well, actually, that might be a good example. Some might argue I belong in a facility.
Don't Wendy look good, y'all? She look good. She looks so vibrant. Her skin looks good. You can tell she ain't been out in a while. You can tell she don't get a lot of sun. She is inside more than she's outside. But it's looking like they says her hyper aggressive lawyer, Joe Tupacino, did not mix words. And he says that his client guardianship sickens him, and that he says that he is going to sue the people that's responsible for the guardianship. He wants to get her up off that guardianship so she can live a normal life and not have to answer to so many people in order to make certain moves. All right. But do I feel like she do need to be still in rehab, which is the reason why they moved her from the other place that she was staying, because she did, was still sneaking and drinking. She was found at the bar. Why they had a bar at a like a facility that she was in where they were supposed to be giving her some type of help is beyond me. They said that she got on the elevator and went up to another floor where they had a bar and was seen sitting there drinking. So they had to move her from that facility to another one so that she can continue to heal. Because y'all know she's had issues with alcoholism. Okay. In addition to other situations, I think she's got dementia and aphasia and some other stuff she's got going on. But hopefully Wendy, she's doing better after all of this. Let's continue.
But this is a person who is control of her faculties and is a great human being. And it sickens me, honestly. This is not even about a case for me. It's about a cause. And I'm going to do everything.
I just had a birthday and I'm still in guardianship. If that doesn't say enough, I don't know what does. Now I have a question. How many other people have reached out to you asking for your help? Because when she had her protest outside of, her building, a lot of people were coming up to me saying, I support Wendy because I'm going through this too with someone I love. Have you gotten phone calls from people?
Oh, so many. Right now, my focus is on Wendy, and I have to get her through this.
Right.
I'll deal with that later, but I will tell you this. It is scary, this guardianship process. Once you get in the vortex of the guardianship proceeding, it's hard to get out, even if you're like Wendy.
Yeah, famous. Everyone knows the believe.
So they said she was misdiagnosed in this situation, which is why she was originally thrown into having a guardianship in the first place. So they're trying to get that overturned so that she can not have to be answering to a guardian. But the trick to that is, if she gets out of her guardianship, will that open the door for her ex-husband, Kevin, to come back and be still trying to take all this money from her that he's been trying to take? Because the guardian is what's kind of been, like keeping Kevin back. Because y'all know Kevin is back, honey. He's looking for a loophole to be able to come back and sue her for X amount of millions of dollars that he's still saying that he is due after the judge already told him he's not. So he's filed another lawsuit against her, but he can't get around that guardianship wall that they've put up. And if they get her out of guardianship, they may open the floodgates for her to be harassed and attacked by him. So we're going to see how that works out.
I had Resto because I am allowed. It's not because I should be. I look beautiful because I work out, because that's all I do in the building. And I know that for a fact. Right. I've been working out for years. However, that's all I do when I'm locked in this building. Right. Now I have a question. I know it's kind of a tricky question, but
Can we see a potential lawsuit down the line, given the way she was?
Those who are responsible for her status, her basically incarceration, will be held accountable. There's no question about that. My goal right now, and the priority, is to get her back home. Wherever home is, not there. Where she can come go as she
right here in New York, where I'm working, and you know what kind of stuff I want to do. As a matter of fact, we just met somebody very familiar with. Well,
she wants to get back to work, and she should get back to work.
Right.
So long story short, they're trying to stop this guardianship so that Wendy can live a normal life. She wants to go back to work. She wants to be back on her podcast that she was trying to start, and just be a normal woman, a normal celebrity, where she can come and go as she pleases and spend her money. And if she wants to take birthday trips, whatever she wants to do, she's not able to do that now because she's under lock and key with his guardian. So her attorney, Joe Tapachino, he is working on trying to get Wendy from up under that. And we'll see what happens. Hopefully, he says it's a long process. We'll see what happens. And any updates with that, we will share with you guys. All right, let's get into our last topic here. Okay. Judge Joe Mathis goes in on Judge Joe Brown, child. So it's the battle of the judges. It's crazy. And responds to his comments about Kamala Harris. And Judge Mathis says about Joe Brown, he says, I bet you he won't call my wife no hoe. So y'all know that Judge Joe Brown was being real reckless with talking about Kamala Harris, saying that she was a hoe and all this other stuff. And Judge Mathis had some things to say, honey. I said, not these two going at it. He said, I bet you he won't call my wife that. And y'all know that Judge Mathis is working overtime, honey, because his wife was getting ready to divorce his ass and take it off. So he is trying to do everything he can to be in her good graces, even if it means getting on here and defending her against Judge Joe Brown and saying, nigga, I bet you won't say no shit like that about my wife. And if you do, because y'all know he is known to be aggressive. Y'all remember he had to go to court because some guys were working on the street near his home, and he pulled a pow on one of the state workers out there at the truck because they wouldn't move their truck from his driveway. Okay, so y'all know Joe Brown, he got a little hood in him. Y'all know he said, gangs, I've been there. He done told y'all he about that life under that robe, honey. He might have a machete or something under there because he's about that life. But let's get into what he had to say. All right, shout out to him. That says that it would be shout out. What is this? Dear Josie B. All right, said it would be Vlad TV to bring the Detroit out of Judge Mathis. So they said the Detroit is being brought up out of him, honey. Let's go.
Joe Brown thinks he's a tough guy. He thinks he's a tough guy out of Memphis. All the things she said about Vice President Harris, called her a hoe and all of that. I bet he wouldn't call my wife no hoe. Now, you can call me whatever you want. If he'd called my wife, and I don't understand, is it dug him off? Or the husband? Oh no, all that first man or second man, all that would have went out the window. I'd be right up in there in that studio. So no, he tries to be a tough guy, even his persona now. You know about toughness. He wanted them tough people to say, hold me back. He wanted them tough ones, hold me back, hold me back. Yeah, and I hope you hear this or see this. You got my address. You want me to give it to you, or you give it to him, Vlad, if you don't like what I'm saying. Because he talked that slick shit about me, and I'm against violence. I'm anti-violent, but I will defend myself.
Come on.
Joe Brown thinks he's a tough
guy.
That's
not like a threat. When a bitch tell you, hey, here's my address, that means pull up. So we're gonna have to hear from you, Judge Joe Brown. Now don't take his this kindness for weakness, because y'all know people in Memphis, they get on your ass too. All right, they said Judge Joe Brown is from Memphis. All right, y'all saw how he get down in his courtroom too, so he don't look like he never scared. That might be a good little fight between two little elderly men. I don't want to see two old men fighting, but I'm putting my money on Judge Mathis, okay? Because he seemed like he's about that life. He said he been in the gangs. I've been there. Ain't that his favorite thing to say? So I don't know if he been in the gang back then. He might have some hands still holding on over there. It's so funny to see old people fighting to carry it on, but this shit here is hilarious. But he said, I bet you he won't call my wife Linda no hoe. All right, and get a nigga my address and let him know. Pull your ass up over here, find out. Damn. I'll play it one more time for y'all, because this is great. Right, we love Judge Mathis. Who y'all got? All right, put a 1 if y'all think Judge Mathis can come up and through there. Put a 2 if you think it's gonna be Judge Joe Brown. This shit is crazy. Let's go.
He thinks he's a tough guy out of Memphis. All the things she said about Vice President Harris, called her a hoe and all of that. I bet he wouldn't call my wife no hoe. Now, you can call me whatever you want. If he'd called my wife, and I don't understand, is it dug him off or the husband? Oh no, all that first man or second man, all that would have went out the window. I'd be right up in there in that studio. So no, he tries to be a tough guy, even his persona now. You know about toughness. He one of them tough people to say, hold me back. He one of them tough ones, hold me back. Yeah, and then I hope you hear this or see this. You got my address. You want me to give it to you, or you give it to him, Vlad, if you don't like what I'm saying. Because he talked that slick shit about me. And I'm against violence. I'm anti-violent, but I will defend myself. Yeah.
But there you go. He said, don't talk that slick shit over here. I said, okay. We ain't no seen Judge Mathis getting, well, we did when he got into it with Wendy Williams. I got to take that back. He was going toe to toe with Wendy couldn't even get a word in edgewise with Judge Mathis. So he is a great arguer. He might be a good fighter. I don't know. I ain't never seen him get down like that, but we know he got a real slick mouth. But damn, he has challenged Judge Joe Brown to pull up. All right. So if and when they do pull up and we find out if it's a video about that, y'all know you're going to see it right here on my show. We're going to talk about it. We're going to share the video. Baby, we going to talk about this. And we're going to see who won this damn fight if Judge Brown answers this call of Judge Mathis challenging him to come to his house because he done gave out his damn address. Okay. This is crazy, right? Pull up, right? Pull up. When a bitch tell you pull up, that's what it is. It's up and stuck from there. So, that's our show for the morning. I hope you got, afternoon, child. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. What is it? Almost 2:00 there. Yes, it's 10:54 here. All right, it is 10:54 here, and I'm still in Las Vegas, you guys. I am still in Las Vegas, so you guys bear with me. I told you guys I'm on another time frame over here in another time zone, so it's a different time. When it's 6:00 over there, it's very early here, so I will not be on live at 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. But you guys definitely be patient with me. You know I'm popping in. I will come on here and give you guys the news that I know you guys can use. All right. So you guys enjoy your day. I will be popping back in because it's hot as balls here. So while we're in cooling off, chilling out, I'll just pop on and do a little quick video just to keep you guys fed in these YouTube streaks. All right. Y'all know I love y'all down immensely. Let's go ahead and do my likes for all of my people that stopped by to help this video be as great as it's been. My mods, thank you. Scorpion Miss, KBR Sweet Essence, Tyra, Rose Armstead, and Truth TV Podcast. Let me get back to my main screen, child. Let's stop sharing. Just get Judge Joe Brown down, child, with his fight itself over here. He done said all that and said, I do not condone violence. Like, you kind of do. You just told a man to pull up. You kind of do like violence. So thank you to my content creators. All right. Sunny Days, Astute Queen B, True TV Podcast, Simple Mom Family TV, Schoolboy, Miss Hills ATL. Mods, can you please let me know if we have any, what's that bald-headed self? Can y'all let me know if we have any more content creators that may, Chef Don Don. I'm sorry, Chef Don Don. How can I forget? That's my friend. Chef Don Don, thank you for stopping by. Okay. Do we have any more content creators that stopped by? Yeah, we got Chef Don Don. Thank you, Sunshine Rays. All right. Was there any more? Please let me know because I don't like leaving people out. I'll be feeling bad. Purple Unicorn, thank you, love, for stopping by as well. Thank you, Sweet Essence. Purple Unicorn, thank you for stopping by and blessing the chat with your presence today. All right. Yep. Astute Queen B. I think I said her name too. Yep. Thank you. We saw Chef Don Don. Okay. Thanks, Chef, for stopping by. I'm always over there supporting as well. I was over there. I was in Empress chat this morning supporting her. I was in Shay Renee's chat last night, giving her some shout outs and congratulatory messages because she just had a birthday. So y'all go and give her some happy birthday messages as well. Those are the homies. I love them down. I support those that I love and those that I don't. That's all I got for you. But anywho, but let's get out of here. I love you guys down. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day. And until the next one, bye. Wrong beat. Bye.